Today we are playing free to play Dark Magician. Boom. It's actually. And yeah, we are not playing free circles because we can't, because it's a free to play deck. But what we can play is 1 navigation and and 2 eternal souls. Okay, so here's the deck. So it looks a bit jank because we are playing a lot of one-offs, but I think it works. So obviously we can't play circle, not even one, because all the good Dark Magician spells and traps come from different boxes, and we can still play 1 copy of navigation because you can get it from a structure deck. But other than that, we're playing 2 Eternal Souls from the Link Revolution box, and then we're playing Apprentice Illusion, and then the free-to-play stuff like Rod, Dark Illusion, the regular Dark Magician. We also play Pot of Duality because it's from the same box, and then some free-to-play staples, 1 Econ, Dark Light, and 1 Appointer. And then for the extra deck, it's just generic links and fusion monsters. Okay, so okay, let's begin. Let us begin. So normally, Dark Magicians is a very expensive deck because there are a lot of expensive spells and traps that you need to play. You need to play Dark Magical Circle, you need to play Navigation, and also the newest Eternal Soul. But the deck still works even if you don't play Circle, so we have this free-to-play version of the deck. We only use a single copy of Navigation, we don't use Circles at all, and we use only 2 copies of Eternal Soul. So you can build this entire deck only using the box that Eternal Soul is in, which is Link Revolution, and the structure deck that has Dark Paladin, Sword of Paladin, as well as other free to obtain cards like Enemy Controller or Magician's Rod. So we are playing a lot of one-offs because a lot of cards can be searched, and also because we're playing a free-to-play deck, we can't play multiples of a lot of the expensive cards. For example, we only can play a single copy of Pot of Duality because it is a UR card from a main box. But using 1 copy will increase our consistency. And then our main objective is still to summon Dark Magician, preferably with Eternal Soul activated, because Eternal Soul has the effect that makes every single Dark Magician in your monster zone be unaffected by any of your opponent's card effects. Not just targeting ones or destroying ones, it's every single card effect. But it has a drawback of if this card is destroyed or leaves the field, you destroy every single monster you control. So basically your game plan is to preferably activate Eternal Soul and keep spamming Dark Magicians. But if it gets destroyed or leaves the field, gets removed, then you will be in a pretty bad position. So that is one of the biggest weakness of Dark Magician decks as a whole, is that Eternal Soul wipes your entire board when it is destroyed or leaves the field. But we still have another way to summon our Dark Magician, which is a Magician's Navigation. So it doesn't make all of your Dark Magicians immune to card effects, but it also summons another spellcaster from your deck, which can be Apprentice or Magician of Dark Illusion. And it also negates spells and traps when it is in the graveyard, so that is pretty cool. And for generic back row, of course we can play a single copy of Enemy Controller. It is now limited to 1, so we can't play more than 1, but we can still play other generic traps like Dark Light, which lets us tribute a dark monster with 1500 or more attack and destroy all monsters that are special summoned this turn. So other than to tribute our Dark Magician, we can also tribute our Magician's Rod because it has 1600 attack, which meets the requirements of Dark Light. And we can also play a single copy of Appointer of the Red Lotus. This card is probably the best replacement for Econ. It is pretty cheap, and it has a powerful effect to look at your opponent's entire hand and just banish one of them. So you can use this card to prevent your opponent from activating powerful spells or traps, or to banish their combo starters. It is very versatile, and sometimes you can also use its 2000 life point cost to trigger your skills like Destiny Draw, but we aren't playing skills like that this time. We are playing a trick up the sleeve. This skill allows us to always open with a level 7 or higher Dark Spellcaster type monster. And that includes our vanilla Dark Magician, and also our Illusion of... And that includes our regular Dark Magician, and also our Magician of Dark Illusion. And that helps sets up our hand so that we have a target for our Eternal Soul or our Magician's Navigation to actually summon. But when you activate this skill, you cannot special summon effect monsters during your first turn. But that is fine, because we are mainly going to summon our Dark Magician anyway, and it is not a effect monster. And for the extra deck, we are playing some fusion monsters. Even though we are not playing Polymerization, we are playing the Eye of Timaeus. This allows us to transform any Dark Magician that we have into one of the fusion monsters that uses it as a material. So Dark Cavalry and Dark Paladin are two pretty cool targets for this card. Dark Cavalry is probably the one that you will most likely summon because it negates targeting effects. But sometimes you want to negate spells in general, which in that case you will just summon Dark Paladin. And then since we're playing so many level 7 monsters, we can play a rank 7 monster like Lucky Straight. Even though this effect is not mandatory, even though this effect is luck based, it is very powerful. It allows you to wipe the entire board if it succeeds, or draw cards, or even just special summon a monster from either player's graveyard. So it is just a backup option in case things go really bad. Don't mind the noise in the background. And also just the generic Link package, which is Power Code Talker, Puzzlomino, Code Talker, and we can also play Imduck because we're playing so many normal monsters. Because Eternal Soul summons monsters also from a graveyard, so we can just link off our Dark Magician and then summon it back and get an extra monster on our field. And also Pentastag. So yeah. That is the deck. And yeah, I am still I am still in platinum. I haven't been playing ranked a lot, so I'm still okay. This hand is pretty good. So because of a skill, we are guaranteed to always open with Dark Magician or Magician of Black Illusion. And we also drew Eternal Soul, which means we can summon it. We drew a Disruption in Darklight and also Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals is a pretty good negate. If you have a Dark Magician on your field, it negates all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So it doesn't target, and it negates every single monster. Okay, our opponent summons a Gear Changer, we can let him. Since we don't have any monsters on our field, and Gimmick Puppets don't have back row removal that they use within their archetype, we can just wait until they summon everything, and then use Dark Light to destroy everything. Or, because our opponent only has one monster, we can just summon Dark Magician and they will have to end him. Oh, they have Cosmic. Okay, that is that's pretty bad, but we can still chain Dark Light to at least pop the Malevolence in. Okay, now we need a back row activation to proc our Magician of Dark Illusion. I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Unless I draw something really good next turn. Okay, that's the end. That's the end. I think whether we win or not depends a lot on if our opponent actually draws a back row removal, or if they have back row removal within their archetype. Anyway, now we have we again drew our Dark Magician from our skill. So as long as we get Navigation or Magician's Rod or just Eternal Soul with our Pot of Duality, we can begin our combo. 2, 3. Okay, we did not draw anything. This is terrible. That is terrible. this is just terrible. Okay, we actually drew Magician's Rod. which means we can search our Eternal Soul. And we also got Pot of Duality, which means we can search a Disruption. Okay, our opponent is actually playing Noble Knight, which is pretty interesting because I have not seen anyone play Noble Knight since the beginning of 2021 or 2022? 2021, I believe. (2021). Even though the skill lets you have a Dark Magician in your hand, it specifically says you cannot special summon effect monsters during your first turn, but you can still activate cards or effects. So unlike other skills like Balance or Restart, which have their effects nerfed to not allow you to activate effects, this actually allows you to use effects. It hasn't been nerfed. This skill used to allow you to special summon effect monsters, and then it got nerfed once a very long time ago because Blue Eyes decks were using it to get Cosmo Brain. But yeah, Blue Eyes decks don't even use Cosmo Brain anymore. Let's actually get let's get Eternal Soul. And then we can activate Pot of Duality and see what we can open with it. Okay, a pointer of Red Lotus is pretty good. So now we have 2 disruptions. We should be careful where we set our cards because we don't want our opponent to accidentally destroy our Eternal Soul. And we can attack his 900 defense monster. One of the problems of Darklight is even though it allows you to destroy all monsters that are special summoned, it only destroys special summoned monsters that turn. So for example, if our opponent special summons during our turn, we can't activate Darklight during the next turn. So this will be a problem. A good thing about Autorigus is that it only destroys monsters, so back row is pretty safe, at least for now. I'm not sure what this token will do him, but because he can't summon anything except Noble Knight monsters when he summons a token, so he can't even link it away. And he can't use it as an Xyz summon because it's a token, and you can't use tokens for Xyz summons. So I'm not really sure what he's trying to do here. Can this? Yeah, it can bounce back spells or traps, so that means we will have to use the effect of Eternal Surge now. So let's summon Dark Magician. I will not activate Magician's Rod because that will tribute our Dark Magician. And then we will just activate Dark Light and destroy all the special summoned monsters. And the reason why I didn't activate a Pointer of Red Lotus is because our life points will not be enough. But yeah, he can just summon back something, and yeah, that would be the end. And he can still pop our back row too, so. Yeah, we can't really get rid of his big Xyz monster because Dark Light is only active during the turn that is special summoned. Come on, Dark Magician. Oh, he's playing Super Quant. Wow, he's playing Fluffles. Is he also playing Toy Vendor? That's pretty cool. Because all Super Quant monsters have graveyard effects, so it's pretty interesting to play Fluffles with Super Quants. Anyway, this hand is bad. We can't summon anything. Yeah, we literally can't even summon our apprentice. So, yeah. We didn't draw any of our back row. Any of our back row that actually special summons our Dark Magicians. So if you think about it, we have 2 rods, we have 2 Eternal Souls, we have 1 Navigation, and 1 Duality, so there are 6 cards that basically allow us to special summon from hand. If you count Duality as one of them, because it helps you search. Okay, we actually have Rod this time. And we are playing a mirror match, which is pretty bad because he can just banish our back row and we will just immediately lose. That is terrible. It would have been a lot better if we actually went first, so we can actually activate our stuff before he banishes us. But I don't think this will work out now that he already went first. You know what? It's probably better to get Navigation, because if we get Eternal Soul, he can just activate Circle, banish our Eternal Soul, and wipe our entire field. So in this situation, it's probably better to get Nav and then set free. And then we will just end turn. And the good thing about our deck is that we actually play Dark Magic Attack, so we can destroy both of his back row, assuming that we don't actually lose next turn. No! Why did he... How? How? I have 3 set cards. He has just absolutely no hesitation and just immediately banishes the right card. There's not even a single speck of hesitation, just immediately selects the right card. Yeah, just sniped. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if you snipe me. I'm just in platinum anyway. I don't really mind if I lose or anything. Ugh. Oh, our opponent is actually playing Crystron. That's pretty cool, but the balance is not out yet, so he still couldn't play Undyne. So at least there's that. And he's actually playing Red Wyvern. Not that matters because we have Eternal Soul, so we can't be destroyed anyway. So our hand is actually not bad. We even have Eternal Soul, Econ, and our Road. We can even search something else with Road. Oh, we got double Eternal Soul. That's pretty funny. Now we can actually search. We can actually search navigation. Yeah, we can search navigation, or we can search Destin's Rivals. Yeah, we can search this and get a negate. Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we should get a negate. That's pretty cool. And then we can set free. We'll set Eternal Soul in the middle, because why not? I don't think he has any back row removal anyway, because he's playing Crystons. Now I'll just set 3 cards and I'll attack his Crystron Run. And force him to tag out into his Parrot Insectron. He is tagging his Ryon, and he's going to summon Parrot Insectron. Yeah, that's fine. And during the turn that it is summoned, I cannot deal any battle damage. Please don't disconnect. Please don't disconnect. I'm winning. Okay, great. He's back. No, don't disconnect. Don't disconnect. Come on. Come on. This hand is amazing. We're in it's such a good matchup right now. Please don't disconnect. No, come back, come back. I need content. No. Don't leave. Okay, he's not yet disconnected. Okay, now what he's gonna do? What is he gonna do? Sulfur. I will have to actually summon Dark Magician preemptively before he makes his synchro. Otherwise, we can't activate our Destined Rivals. So as long as we see a tuner on our field, on his field, we will just immediately use Eternal Soul. So we have a target for us to actually use our Destined Rivals. And we can even summon Dark Magician in attack position because our opponent can't beat over it. Red Wyvern, okay, it's fine because Eternal Soul protects all of my Dark Magicians from being affected by any card effects. So even though Red Wyvern has the effect to immediately destroy the monster with the highest attack, when I summon, he still can't destroy my Dark Magician. So we are safe. Okay, he has enough materials for Trish, but we have the out. We have searched a copy of Destined Rivals, which allows us to negate everything. Negate! And even if he attacks over our Dark Magician, we can revive it and then use Econ to steal his other monster and then attack for lethal. Oh, he's still comboing. What is he gonna summon? Or is he just trying to push for game? But I don't think he has enough monsters. Yeah, he doesn't. I just let him. Yeah, what if I let him? We just let him attack, attack, and attack. And then next turn I'll just revive my Dark Magician. And then this is a terrible draw. It does absolutely nothing. But it might do something if we survive the next turn and then draw another Dark Magician. So there's still that. Anyway, we'll still set our Magicians in navigation. And then we will save our Econ. I think we should end turn here. Yeah, we should end turn here. So we actually have a target for us to tribute with our Econ. So that we actually don't die. And also one thing about Crystals is that if you don't destroy their Self-Near, they can't summon stuff from your deck. But he has another one in the graveyard. So I guess that doesn't matter. But one thing about Crystals is that you can just leave their monsters on the field. Leave the higher level monsters on the field. So they can't use them as a synchro material. And it will clog their board. Okay, he's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking hard. He's just attacking. Well, I guess so. We can... you know what? Let's actually let him. And then we will, yeah, and then we will use Eternal Silver now. And then we will summon this in attack position. So he is forced to crash into my Dark Magician. Yeah. And then he thinks he can win, so you will try to crash, and then I can just use Econ's first effect to switch his Self-Near to defense. So I can survive this turn. There we go. So now, not only did we survive, we also forced him to destroy his stuff. Okay, here's the problem. We still don't have an out. We still didn't draw anything. This is still terrible. This hand is terrible. Absolutely terrible. We still don't have any out to anything. Oh, but I guess that we can still use Broad, right? We can summon Dark Magician and then No, we can't, because Raw only triggers during your opponent's turn. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. What can we do? This is terrible. We're just in two terrible draws. No, actually three, because we have a useless Eternal Soul in our hand, we have a useless Nav, and then we have a useless Magician of Dark Illusion. So we have 3 useless cards that absolutely does absolutely nothing. We can summon Illusion next turn. But summoning Dark Illusion, I don't know if that's gonna help us. Yeah, we should have probably set our Eternal Soul in case he destroys one of them. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it might help us survive, but I don't know if it will help us win. And that's the biggest problem. Yep, he's gonna... Alright, let me guess. He's gonna summon, he's gonna discard, he's gonna summon Coral Dragon, pop my Eternal Soul, and then I scoop. If he summons Quan, I'll just immediately scoop. Because I know what exactly... Okay, he's not. What he's trying to do. And then he summons Psychic Leader from his hand. Oh no, he's not. He's not. He's actually activating the effect of Smyger, which means he can't summon non-machine Synchro monsters. Huh. Oh, he's summoning Chlorine Gandrax. But he still can't banish my Dark Magician. Because it's unaffected. Okay, I don't think that matters. Yeah, he can try to banish my Dark Magician and it won't banish. Because of Eternal Soul. And now I'm just afraid of if our opponent will win this turn. But I don't think he will because he already used the effect of Smyger. Okay, we don't die this turn. Pretty nice. Okay, and then we wait for our opponent to attack. And then we use the effect of Eternal Soul. We special summon a Dark Magician on defense, and then we trigger the effect of Magician of Dark Illusion, and then special summon it as well. Okay, I guess we don't die this turn. And then yeah, he's gonna attack Magician of Dark Illusion, of course. And now Dark Magician! Let's go! Activate Nav, and then just do a bunch of stuff. Okay, problem. What are we actually gonna summon here? What in our extra deck can possibly help us win? So I'm thinking trying Lucky Straight, but it's still a gamble. So Power Code is probably the safer option, but Power Code only gets rid of one monster, and we need to get rid of both of them if we want to win. And both of them float, which is very, very annoying. So, you know what? Let's try to go all out and summon Lucky Straight. Yeah, let's try to be lucky. So we will summon another Dark Magician. And then, let's try. Let's try to be lucky, I guess. We use 3 copies of Dark Magician, and then we make Lucky Straight, and then we roll the dice. We have 3 chances. We get a 7, we win. Okay, that's not it. That's that's the worst row. We do it again. 6. Okay, no. One last time. Do it. Come on. 6. Oh, come on. It's so close. It's 1 off. Anyway, it's so close. Okay, we can still do something, I guess. There was an attempt, I guess. Now we'll just set our copy of Eternal Soul, and I guess we'll just attack. Let's attack. Yeah. Oh, there's the game. GG's. It would have been so great if we actually pulled off the effect, but no. If we actually landed the effect, we immediately win because we gain 4200 attack and then wipe the entire field. And then because it sends to the graveyard, it bypasses every single floating effect of his synchro monsters. So yeah, no. That was close. We can't. I don't actually want to use dream tickets in free-to-play decks. I feel like that's cheating. If you can just use use dream tickets in a free-to-play deck, is it even? Where's the point? You know. Yeah, I wish we could actually use Ebon. But even if we had Ebon, I feel like the best option is still probably gonna make Lucky Straight, because he has 2 floating effects on his synchro monsters. And Ebon will only banish 1. Oh. Okay, we actually need a Dark Magician this time because we don't have a Dark Magician. Illusion Magic? Okay, that works. Oh, we actually got Rod. He's just scooping. Come on. I'm playing a free-to-play version. You'd have to immediately scoop. Come on. Yeah, we have no Ebon, we have no Circle. This deck is just spamming level 7 monsters until you hopefully win. But we still can play negates like Destined Rivals and also Dark Light to wipe the board, so it's still not too bad. But definitely, if you have Circle, please play it. There's no reason not to play Circle if you have Circle. I'm not playing it because I want to keep the deck shape. Oh, our opponent is playing Circle. Let's scoop this one. We can't win against a mirror match going second. And especially, we only have a singular back row, so we can't even fake our opponent by setting free. Our opponent is just gonna banish our singular set navigation, and we just immediately lose. But yeah, I will still probably leave the thing in. I'll still leave a replay of the Crystron because it was so close. It was pretty close. And Crystrons are cool. Oh yeah, I should probably just check his deck afterwards. As a fellow Crystron enjoyer, I need to know what our opponents are playing. Oh, Eternal Soul. Oh great, we actually got a bunch of back row that is actually useful. Okay, that's actually a really good hand. So whether or not we win depends on our opponent. Oh, he's playing what? Soul Absorption? Is he playing like Ritual Beast or something? Oh, Metaphys, okay. Metaphys only banishes monsters, right? And set cards. I think the Nephys only banishes set cards, right? What's the best free-to-play deck now in your opinion? Probably Foffles. I've made a top 5 free-to-play deck not too long ago, so you can just check that. Nothing much has changed. But things might change after the ban list because we're also getting back some really good old free-to-play decks like Shenui, and that will probably be ranked as one of the best free-to-play decks. Okay, end turn. Let's actually use Eternal Soul, and then summon Dark Magician. Our opponent doesn't even have the continuous trap, which would have been really annoying. Okay, here is something that we can actually do. First, we will activate Destined Rivals, so that I actually negate his annoying Metaphys monster effect. And then I can use the effect of no, wait, I can actually use Magician's Rod. We use Rod, and then we can actually grab a Dark Magic attack. And then we use Dark Magic attack. And then we wipe every single back row. Boom! This is so cool. And then we're not done yet. We can link summon Imduck. And because we now have Dark Magician in Graveyard, we can use Eternal Soul again. There we go, we win. And also, even if we don't draw Rod, I was about to use the effect of Eternal Soul to get Dark Magic attack because it also searches Dark Magic attack. But I figure I would be probably better to summon back the Dark Magician instead of getting a search because I already have Rod. Nice. We gotta win. Now let's try to play one more game and see if we can actually. No, wait. I think we actually have enough replays. I think. We can still play. We can still try to play some more games, and maybe try to rank up if we can. Anyway, yeah, we have 2 replays. We could try to get one more, even though 2 is enough because the Crestron one was pretty long. So 2 is technically enough for this time, but we can try to get one more. And this hand is pretty good if we are actually going first. But it's still probably not too bad when we're going second. Okay, let's activate Pot of Duality and see what we can get. Dark Lights? Dark Lights? And, Magician of Dark Illusion. Should we get the Dark Illusion, or should we get Dark Lights? Huh. I reckon we should get Illusion. Yeah, we should get Illusion. Let's get Illusion. And then we can set free. We'll set Illusion Magic in the middle, so our opponent is most likely going to pop it if he has a MST or Cosmic Cyclone. And then we will turn on Toggle. Because as soon as our opponent draws a card, we can activate the one and only Appointer of the Red Lotus. This card is so good, it is so cheap, and it pays you life points, and just looks at your opponent's entire hand, and wow, he is having 2 volcanic shells. Good for him. Since another good thing about Appointer in dueling specifically is that we know which card he drew, because the card he drew will be on the very left, which means we know that the card he drew was Fairy Elfin, so we can just banish that. And then, since we activated a spell or trap, we can special summon a Magician of Dark Illusion. It's all according to plan. And now we know that he has 2 volcanic shells sitting in his hand. And the only thing that we don't know is his set card. And it's probably not Karma Cut or any monster targeting back row. No, it's not Karma Cut, it's not Econ, because we saw his delay even before we summoned a monster. He's gonna scoop, isn't he? He just scoops immediately after we just remove his most important monster. Oh, it's fine, he can scoop. I will take this free win. And that is why you play Appointer of the Red Lotus. It's such a good card. It's fine. We got 2 replays anyway, so it's not that important that he doesn't scoop. So okay, I guess that's technically 3 replays, even though it's pretty short. Okay, there we go. Let's actually try to play some games to get Legend 1, since we're already here. No, let's get to Plat 7. I don't know if I have enough time to get to Legend 1 this stream, so let's at least get to Plat 7. And we'll just play some regular decks until we get to Plat 7. And I'll just hide the deck because we're not playing the deck anymore. And yeah, recently I have this sudden urge to play DDDs. I don't know why. Specifically on Master Duel. I spent, I think, 6,000 gems or something trying to make a DDD deck. And I guess it's okay, it's not bad, but... Boom, boom, boom. We can make number 68. It's pretty good against a Photon deck. And one thing to remember is to never summon in your extra monster zone when you're playing Pendulums, because you need your extra monster zone to summon your Pendulum monsters. Yeah, after I get to Plat 7, I'll just end the stream. I believe there's 2 more games. So after this game, we will, if we win this game, we will need to win 1 more game, and then we will get to Plat 7. And then I'll just end the stream. Oh, he's actually playing rank 4s. That's pretty interesting. I'll just negate his Xyz monster. Activate warning point, and it resolves. So his effect is now negated. Amazing. And Yen's turn. He doesn't even have any back row. And then now we change it to attack. And then we Pendulum Summon. Oh, we don't actually want to use the effect because if we do, it cuts his damage in half. And I don't want to cut his damage in half. We should also use the effect again. And then we'll just attack. And attack. And even though that's not lethal, we are still in a pretty ahead position. And he's playing Xyz Galaxy. Okay. As long as that 2 cards aren't level 4s, we were fine. So, okay. You want to see my deck list? I'll show you my deck list. I also recently got my Akaba in Duel Links to level 35, so I can actually play full DDDs in Duel Links. But I like the deck a lot more in Master Duel because of a broken Link monster. Anyway, before that, I want to check the Crystron players. Ooh, he is playing Labyrinth Builder. That's pretty smart because I'm also playing Labyrinth Builder. He's playing Undyne before the ban list. Okay, that's pretty cool. And as far as the list goes, he's not playing a lot of other tech cards. He's just playing a very pure version of the deck. That's what people were playing before the ban list. Except they were probably playing Cosmic instead of MST. Yeah, it's a pretty normal version of Crystron's, except he can't play Impact before the ban list. And the extra deck is, yeah, there's Black Rose and Red Wyvern, so he has some kind of disruption going first. Pretty cool. And yeah, you can have a look at my deck. This is my DDD deck. I have 3 copies of Doom King Armageddon. But it's not enough because of all the limitations on the other DDD cards, so we are playing a copy of Card of the Soul to search it. And then 1 copy of Swirl Slime, And something that I want to show is that I have way too many DDD cards. I have 7 copies of Swirl Slime. It's part of the reason is because it's also from a structure deck, but I actually only bought the structure deck twice. So I got 5 Swirl Slimes before I bought the structure decks. And that's not all. I have 8 copies of Dark Contract of the Gate, and an unbelievable amount of Flame King Genkis. I have 9 copies of Flame King Genkis. I have absolutely no idea why I have so many copies of Genkis. It's from a singular box. It's not even from a selection box. It's not even from structure deck. It is from a section. Oh yeah, it is. But that probably explains why I have so many copies of Genkis. But still, I have 9 copies of Genkis. That probably explains why I have so many copies. But even then, I have 9 copies. I don't know. I just keep getting Genkis from the UR cells from the guaranteed UR cells. I don't know why. Every time I just get more copies of Genkis. And then I have 11 copies of High King Alexander. I have just way too many DDD cards. And yeah, 5 copies of 7 Kepler, but only 2 Orthros. I have no idea why the ratios are so off balance. And yeah, because I only bought the structure deck twice, I only have 2 copies of Proud Ogre and Proud whatever this is. But yeah, here's the list. I'm playing 4 disruptions. Most people only play 3, but I like playing 4. And I'm trying out playing 7 Galilei because it returns your scales back to your hand. So for example, if you set Orthros with your skill, you can bounce it back with Galilei if your opponent tries to destroy it. And because its effect is negated when you set it with a skill, you can just bounce it back to your hand and then set it back, and then now its effect will be live, and then you can use its effect to destroy back row. And it's also a low skill, which is useful because a lot of the times you will be setting Kepler from your field or deck to your pen zone using your skill, and it has a high skill, so you need a low skill to complete the skill, so you need Galilei if you don't want to use your level 8 monsters. Why not play Pendulum Switch? Because I prefer playing just regular staples, because the main reason why for me personally, I think the main reason why Pendulum Switch is good before is because of DD Dog. You can set Dog from your deck using your skill. Where's Dog? Where's the Dog? Here. DD Dog. And then you can just summon it from your skill and then have one more negate. But because we're not playing this card, I don't think there's much of a reason to play Pendulum Switch. Do you have Infernity Link? Well, what do you mean? The Infernity Link monster? There is no Infernity Link monster. Infernity Link. Infernity. Oh, you mean Infernity Link? Oh, I don't. I should probably make one. It sounds pretty cool. After I have been defeated by one last stream. Anyway, let's win one more game and get to Plat 7 and get this over with. Yeah. Free to play. I'll probably stream a lot more after the ban list actually drops, because not only I can play the free-to-play versions of the unlimited decks, I can also try to get to King of Games with Christians. We can actually get Thomas here. Really cool. And then we can activate skill. Normally you don't want to use your skill before you set your skills, but since we're going first, it doesn't really matter. Then we set our Kepler, and then we set our Abyss Ragnarok, and then we pen summon for 2, and then we use the effect of Thomas, we pop the Kepler, we summon another Doom King, and then we make coach, we draw 3 cards, and then we burn for a bit of burn damage, and then we set 2 cards, hopefully. Just regular DDD stuff. We have summon Armageddon because preferably we want to draw the Ragnarok, so we don't want to summon the Ragnarok from our deck. Make Coach King, we will not summon Honor EMZ because we need the EMZ. It's important that we don't forget. And now, yeah, that is really good. We have 2 disruptions. And then now we need some monsters. There we go, Swirl Slime. Probably the best monster in our deck. And then detach one more, we need one Ragnarok, hopefully. Orphan was fine. Okay, now we set 2 and then end turn. I feel like even after so many of the cards in the deck being limited, the deck is still decent. It's probably not good enough to be tiered, but it's still decent. Whereas Warding Point has normal monsters, so he doesn't make crazy World Chalice shenanigans with his singular God Dragon. Yeah. Now, good luck to our opponent with a singular 0 attack monster on field. He's gonna set 2 cards. We have a backrow negate, so it will be fine. Oh. I will take 1,000. And then we'll not use overthrows because if we actually summon offers with if we special summon it, we have to we can only summon feed monsters for the rest of the turn, which is not ideal. Anyway, let's grab Armageddon, so we have a target for Swirl Slime. Okay, we can use Swirl Slime. And then Fusion Summon a Negate. We summon on our EMZ. And then we can Ragnarok, I think. Yeah, we can. Because we have plenty of monsters on our field. So even if our damage is cut to half, we can still do plenty of things. He can book us, we will negate. Negate the book! And then summon Doom King Armageddon. And then Flame King summon another Doom King Armageddon. and then I guess we just attack. Oh no, our opponent has Karma Cut. Actually, we have Book of Boon, so we are fine. We're just gonna book our own monster, so he doesn't actually banish our entire graveyard. And there we go. So even though this is not lethal because he used Karma Cut, I think that's not lethal. No, wait, it's still lethal, right? Yeah, it's still lethal. It's still lethal. It's way more than lethal. Okay, I guess we win. There we go. And plat 7 we are. And that also means it's time to end stream because I got stuff to do. So let's raid someone. Any suggestions on who we should raid? Before I leave, let's actually choose someone to raid. Okay, also just get some gems before we leave. There we go. And yeah, we also have not. I've also not played the event at all. Anyway, I'll just see if we have any dueling streamers right now. Not a lot, but there is. So I guess that's right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.